Okay, so we're going to go into there. We'll have to work out roughly where the cable's going to run. I sort of suggested going on the top lip, but I think he wanted it a little bit lower, so we're going to offer up the two options, and then
Is that what you meant?
yeah, and then he'd be able to get around the back of the downpipes. Here you can see Jordan, one of our in-house installers, mounting the Andersen A2 core onto the wall. It's got 4 mounting positions, 2 at the top which are keyed and get the bottom mountings measured up and positioned. And we recommend that you mount the 2 top screws first. This will allow you to get the marks for the 2 bottom positions and the rear cable entry, should you be using the rear cable entry. Obviously it's a nicer finish to get the unit on the wall in what we call a floating position, so you can't see any external cabling. Remove the Andersen A2 from the wall and drill and plug those bottom mountings. Then you can refit on the 2 top keyed positions with the penny washers supplied, allowing you to adjust the charge point should you need to. Ready to cable up and install the supply cable. You'll notice the supply cable connections are very similar to the output cable connections in order, apart from the CP connection is not there. So you'll have an earth, neutral, live and L2 and L3, live 2 and live 3 should you need those. You also got another small connector block below that on the incoming supply side. That is for your adaptive fuse to limit the incoming supply amperage. Also for solar export for the solar basic function, and you also got another 2 connections in there which are for the solar advanced function to monitor the solar generation as a whole. There's a gland supplied which can be swapped out for an SWA gland. You can even fit a 10mm 3-core SWA if your cable run is relatively long. The cable entry in the centre is fairly straightforward, paying attention to the position in which the cable clamp will hold the output cable in place. You've then got connections from left to right. First one being the CP connection, which is your white cable. You've then got the earth connection, your neutral, and then live 1 if you're installing a 3-phase charger. Also use L2 and L3 for live 2 and live 3. Jordan is putting on the bottom plate now. As we've not used the bottom entry cable, you will not have to take out any of the small plastic indent which is moulded into the plastic, showing you where the cable entry would go up. Makes it a much neater installation if you go for a rear entry position. The side panels go on with the larger ribs at the top, smaller ribs at the bottom. Obviously making sure that you hold the side panel in place before you've tightened a few of the brush screws which will retain that side panel.
It's like a jigsaw piece.
The top lid goes on after the 2 side panels so you can get it centred. Clicks in place, and then it is mounted with 4 countersunk self-tapping screws which will go into the lid. They don't actually locate into a hole, so you have to ensure that the lid is in the correct position before you put the first screw in. The front panel locates into the charger hook points, and 2 screws are installed in the top of that front panel to hold that in place. Wrap the lead up for the customer to ensure that the length is correct. The plug will locate in the top of the charger, and there we go, one lovely installed Andersen A2 charger.